I am so tired of you acting like you speak for the people of the state of Indiana or the city of Indianapolis. You do not speak for me or anyone I know. Now listen, you two jerks. Jerks on the right.
I was dancing. I was like, yeah, it's Tuesday,
banger, man.
everybody. Woo!
It's a banger.
It's a banger. It is a banger. You guys, coming up on the show today, Melania and Ivanka scoop. We got it. We got it for you. Also, Inauguration hullabaloo. The cringiest news show ever. And KJP's last presser.
It's over, you guys. It's over.
It's over. All that.
Thank God.
And so much more coming up on the show today. You guys.
Good pause.
Is that good? It was pregnant. It was very, very pregnant. You guys can check us out on all of our socials, chicksontheright.com/links. You should do that. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on all the places. Also, subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already done it. We would really appreciate it.
Indeed.
And then, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I ate a lot over the holidays.
Oh my God.
You know, let me just a little bit of a personal, just a tip for all of you. Don't schedule your annuals in January. Okay. Because you have to go to the doctor's office, get on the scale. You get on the scale and you're like, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry. Is there somebody else standing on this with me? What is happening?
Yeah, it's a little jarring because you've gained like 10 pounds from the past year when in fact it's just all the pie you ate over the holidays. Anyways, this stuff, you guys, this stuff is we're going to be trying this. Mark and I are going to be trying this over the next couple of months. You can lose weight the smarter way. TakeLean.com is what it is. You can use code CHICKS. It's not like an injection or anything. It's all natural. It's good stuff, you guys. It's good stuff from our friends at Brickhouse Nutrition. You should try it. TakeLean.com. Use code CHICKS20 for 20% off. Do it. Also, I'd like to address something that people are concerned about in our community.
As are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're frozen.
Am I frozen? Is it you?
Okay, now
Is
you're
it me?
unfrozen. Now you're unfrozen.
It's probably.
And that is, everybody's been asking, hey, what's going on with meet and greet? What's happening? Going to be selling tickets? What's going on? Simma. Okay. So what's happening is that Mock can't walk. Okay. She can't walk right now. We're trying to figure out what's going on with her knee in the next couple weeks. And we're up in the air. So we're not going to sell tickets until we know what's going on with her knee, because she may require another surgery, you guys. And if she requires another surgery, I know I'm the deliverer of bad news, but I don't know. We don't know. If she requires another surgery, that surgery will probably be sometime in the next 9 months, which could be around the time that we have the meet and greet, or should be having meet and greet. So this is the thing. So we're waiting to see from the doctor and from her recovery whether or not she does in fact recover from this last thing, right?
Yeah.
And so if she doesn't, and then she requires another surgery, we may have to alter our plans. And then
it's not like it's being canceled.
No,
and
listen,
I could get better. There's still a chance. Like, I still have, my next appointment is February 5th. That's when we'll kind of reassess. Right. And so if I can walk better, if I'm getting around, if the surgery seems to have taken, which so far it does not, but like maybe that will change. Right. I'm on steroids and a whole bunch of other stuff right now. So if I get better, then we'll sell tickets and we'll keep the date the way it is. If I'm not better, the next step will be to try some different injections, whatever. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to get a replacement. And so if I get a replacement, it's probably going to be August, September timeframe. And that will suck.
So basically right now we're Mel Gibson and Braveheart. We're like, hold. That's what we're doing right now. That's who we are with the meet and greet. We just don't know yet. So we can't sell tickets until we know for sure. Because God, we don't want to sell tickets and then have it be like Mock's going to have surgery and then we just can't do that, you guys. We want to make sure that we sell tickets and know for sure that we have a date we have the place locked in, but we may have to get, well, we may not get our deposit back, but I mean, we may just have to move it to another,
Yes.
you know, we may have to shove it forward, but right now we're hold.
And we'll be in a hold plan, pattern until early February. And then we'll just have to decide. So, but I can't, like, if it were happening next month, we would be like canceled, because I cannot walk and I cannot stand for more than a few minutes without pain. And so can you imagine like doing a meet? There's no way. There's no way.
No, because you guys, we it's like 5 hours and we dance, we have fun, we walk around. I mean, we get down with our bad selves. All right. Like if you've never been to a meet and greet, it is a thing. Like it is a party. Right. And we want to make sure we can do that appropriately.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it's not canceled. It's just hold and stay tuned for more information. But we can absolutely unequivocally say tickets will not be sold in the month of January as we had expected.
We're just gonna wait. We'll keep you posted. We're going to keep you posted. So just everybody just calm until February. And then we'll let you know how she's feeling and what's going on in February. And then we'll let you, we'll either sell tickets or we won't. And we'll keep you posted.
Right.
We'll let you know what it's going to be. Okay.
We'll sell tickets. I just don't know for when. It could be a meet and greet like next March. I don't know, but we'll figure out something. It's not canceled. It just potentially is delayed, and maybe not. Maybe in the next 4 weeks, these drugs will kick in and I will be walking around like a fool. I don't know.
Or maybe it'll be a little bit later in Texas, which would be nice because it won't be as hot,
Also a possibility.
There's always a bright side. You never know.
So sorry, you guys. Sorry about my stupid freaking knee. There's no one more frustrated by it than me. I can assure you. I can absolutely, positively assure you of that. Also, if you are a person like us who is not particularly great at sticking to a 100% healthy diet, especially over the holidays,
pie. It's
pie,
you guys.
And unfortunately, you don't get to count pie in your fruit intake as much as you think you might be able to.
There's apples in it, and blueberries, and pumpkin.
No, that does not count as part of the 5 servings of fruits and veggies you're supposed to get in a day. So if you are a person like us who has trouble getting the actual amount of fruits and veggies in your body that you're supposed to every day, we have the answer. You can just drink them.
Yeah,
it's another great product from Brickhouse. It's Field of Greens. This is the only green health powder, by the way, that has a guarantee, a money back guarantee, that if you don't see improvement at your doctor's visits, in your labs, and your just general health, you get your money back. That's a pretty strong statement. And the thing about these is that they're doctor selected ingredients. So every single fruit and veggie in Field of Greens, and I'm holding up the wild berry flavor, which is my favorite, all of them are handpicked for their specific health benefits, whether those are heart health, lung health, kidneys, metabolism, what have you. It is all in here. And the best part is it's freaking yummy.
It's
freaking yummy, you guys.
Freaking yummy. It's true.
So if you want to try it, you can get 20% off at fogchicks.com. FOG chicks.com is the address. Check it out. You will love it. It tastes yummy. She likes the lemon lime, which ends up somehow tasting like sweet tea.
It does taste like sweet tea. And our Texans, we love our sweet tea.
So check it out. Fogchicks.com. Let's get to some news. And we have so many just random, unrelated headlines that were, for whatever reason, of interest. And we thought we would share them. The first is a kind of a follow-up, because we mentioned that Senator Fetterman was going to go to Mar-a-Lago to have a conversation with Donald Trump. And the Washington Examiner had a follow-up about that. And it is that Trump said, and I quote, "It was a totally fascinating, he's a fascinating man. His wife is lovely. I couldn't be more impressed. He's a common sense person. He's not a liberal or conservative, which is beautiful." That is Trump's quote.
All right. Well, that is very interesting. Look at that. Look at cats and dogs living together.
And it's not anarchy, at least not yet.
No, look at that.
So the meeting happened, and I haven't heard John Fetterman's take from it yet, but I'm sure we will, and we'll let you know about that.
Okay.
Also, a couple weeks ago, I guess we talked about the fact that Neil Cavuto, Dunzo at Fox at 4:00, and so now we know who is going to be taking that 4:00 p.m. time slot, and it is none other than Will Cain. So he will be he'll be picking up this time slot on the 21st of January. I think Charles Payne's going to be filling in for a few days, even possibly today. But the official, like, full-time dude who's going to do it is Will Cain. So
good choice. Very, very good choice. I remember when he first started, when he first came on to that morning show on the weekends, and it was like his first day. I think I watched it, and I was like, "Who is this little dude?" Yeah, I was like, "Who is this guy?" You know,
who is this little dude?
Who is this little guy? He's like so young, you know, and he's he's great. He's really good. He deserves this.
Yeah, I think this is a great choice.
Yep.
And then also we mentioned that there's inauguration hullabaloo, and specifically the hullabaloo is around the fact that Carrie Underwood, the reason for my name today, is going to be singing at Trump's inauguration. And some of her liberal fans are so mad.
Liberal fans? She has actual liberal fans? Really?
Apparently so. They're furious, but she is saying, and I quote, "I love our country, and I am honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I'm humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking to the future."
Good for her.
But that did not help with the crazy people on Instagram who, when she made this announcement, said things like, "Don't forget to carve a swastika into his leather seats, girl."
My gosh.
Incredibly disappointed in you, and I've been a fan since day one. I'm heartbroken at your decision. Would you have performed for Hitler? I mean, these people are disgusting.
Yeah, they are really disgusting. Well, I mean, good riddance, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And she's got a beautiful voice. It's
my God.
Great. Her performance will be awesome. I'm very excited.
I think she's singing America the Beautiful, either that or God Bless America. I can't remember which of the two, but the national anthem is going to be done by that opera singer who's always performing at Trump events. So
it's just so much better. Remember, I think was it Obama that had Garth Brooks? Who had Garth Brooks? He sucked. Do you remember how much he sucked, you guys? He did. I'm not lying.
I don't remember. I must have blocked it out.
Who was it? Was it Obama, you guys? Because, oh, God, he was so bad. She is, and she's so great. I mean, she's great a cappella. She has a beautiful voice. She's beautiful to look at. So it's going to be
whole package.
Yeah.
Also, interesting tweet from Marjorie Taylor Greene last night. She was flying into DC, Reagan National, I think. And she said that before landing, the pilot announced that he had to fly in from another direction due to unauthorized drone activity over the White House. So it's interesting that she's basically the only one that was talking about this, and we're not hearing more about it, but the drones are still a thing.
What? Unauthorized drone activity over the White House. Why are they not getting shot down?
Right?
How the hell is going on? I don't understand.
know.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
if it's unauthorized, it should be shot down.
Yup. You would think over the White House that they would be concerned, but
it should be obliterated.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Again, I told you some of these headlines have nothing to do with anything or with each other, and the next one is one of those examples. You guys know who Roger Stone is, longtime crony of Donald Trump. I'm not a fan personally. I think he is weird AF, but I did enjoy this completely random, out of nowhere tweet that he put out yesterday that simply said, "Jen Psaki got that stank."
What? Oh my God.
No idea what the context is. No clue. But I was like, I feel like that should be shared.
Well, maybe she doesn't shower.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Maybe she really does have that stank. Maybe she does. Or Roger knows something we don't know.
I died. Anyway, so that happened. Also, you got it's today. Today is the start of all of the hearings for Trump's cabinet appointees.
Ugh,
So this week
so
is going to be
excited.
lit.
So excited. Who's excited? Raise your hand. So excited.
And it's happening. Apparently, according to Mike Davis, John Thune is off to a great start. The hearing schedule is like, you know, bing, bang, boom. Like it is lickety split. It is happening. It starts today. It lasts through Thursday. And it's going to be
like
busy few days.
Most work they've done in like 4 years, you guys. Honestly, look at that schedule. They're like, oh my God, we have to wake up at like 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. So be prepared. We're probably going to have lots and lots. I'm assuming we'll have lots and lots of sound and video from these hearings because you know there's going to be some explosive ones for sure. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Twitter, you guys remember probably if you're on Twitter, there was this absolutely horrific account called Kamala HQ. And it was run by these 20-somethings who just constantly lied. And then there was another account started called Kamala HQ Lies, which was an account that called out all of the lies. And they went back and forth, and it was absolutely insane. Those 20-somethings of Kamala HQ, according to Axios, have now been recruited by the official Democrat Party to run a new Twitter initiative called Fact Post News, where they're charged with, quote, trying to combat online misinformation and respond to Trump's administration actions by pushing out memes, videos, and graphics. You can see a photo of these complete psychopath liars on your screen.
The way they look, though, it tracks, doesn't it? It just completely look at them.
Totally tracks.
Yeah, it tracks. I mean, you can smell that picture, you guys. You can smell it.
So it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, Kamala HQ Lies has changed its name to Media's Lies, and it's the same account, and they will be combating the misinformation that is for sure going to come out of Fact Post, whatever they're called. And just to give you an example of what we're talking about, first of all, the official Fact Post tweet came out. Fact Post News is their handle. And so they're saying this is the official rapid response page of the Democratic Party, holding Trump and MAGA extremists accountable. Welcome to Fact Post. I searched back just for the past couple days to see what kind of facts they're posting. I'll just give you one example. They posted this picture of Trump looking particularly orange, and it said, Trump is currently threatening to invade Greenland instead of focusing on making groceries or housing cheaper.
Did they get community noted?
That's the kind of truth you're going to get.
It
probably has by now.
Oh, I'm sure it got community noted to hell. Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
But see, that's the joy of Twitter, though. Of X. That's the joy of X, that they can put this crap out, but people are going to come back and say, really? Okay, let's community note that, or let's try to fact check you, Fact Post. So they're going to get pushback, which I'm fine with. It's the joy of X. They can say whatever they want because we're all about free speech, right? Doesn't mean they're not going to get pushback. Whereas on that, what is it, Blue Sky?
Oh my God, that place is
just like
cesspool.
It's just a cesspool of suck and liberal is what it is. So at least they'll get pushback here, which I'm okay with.
Yeah. Now, there are some people that are super concerned still over Mark Zuckerberg seemingly buying into this novel idea of having free speech and no censorship on his platform. We still are waiting for those changes to be made over at Meta. But one of the people who's super concerned about it is Meghan Markle, you guys. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry released a 638-word statement saying that removing fact checkers and ending censorship directly undermines free speech.
Oh my gosh, that's rich. It's really, really rich.
Can't even make this up.
638 whole words? Oh my goodness, Meghan and Harry.
I mean, can you even I cannot.
Go and back to the UK.
Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta, what a pair. They were together on whatever news program they're on together. And Jim Costa accidentally said the quiet part out loud when he was talking about the role of the Biden administration in censorship. And here is what he said.
Meta has a lot of business before the U.S. government, and I think that's ultimately what this is all about.
Yeah, and he's complaining about the Biden administration, yelling at them to say, get some of this COVID misinformation off their platforms. I mean, isn't that's sort of what the White House should be doing, right?
No, Jimmy. Oh my gosh. Wow. And that guy calls himself a journalist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's super journalisty.
That is not what the White House should be doing. No, in fact, that's not what they're supposed.
Can you even? I know.
Like,
you can't make this stuff up.
No.
Wow. You guys, can we talk for a moment about dogs? Oh my gosh. And kitty cats. By the way, my sister sent me the most gigantic pillow of Ella dog yesterday.
She did.
Like a giant. I'll have to show it tomorrow.
For the win.
It's so cute. I mean, she's such a sweet, sweet thing.
So sweet.
But if you are still, I guess I should say, I was going to say, if you're interested in lengthening the life of your dog, but if you're still not using Ruff Greens, that's actually the better question at this point, because we have told you forever about this product, Ruff Greens, that was made by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black. He has put together these essential vitamins and nutrients just for dogs. It's got everything they need. It's like a multivitamin for your dog. And it is a green powder just for them that you sprinkle on their dry kibble, which is just dead, dry, yucky food. And then you sprinkle this like green, healthy supplement on it, and they love it. They love to eat it, and it's good for them. So you take a multivitamin, and so why would you not want your pets? Because now they have it for cats too. They have Meow Greens. Why would you not want your pets to get the same health benefits? You guys, do it. You can visit. You can visit ruffgreens.com. When you use promo code CHICKS, you can get a free Jumpstart trial bag, which is worth $20 of Ruff Greens for either dogs or the new Meow Greens for cats. You just pay for shipping and just check it out. I mean, why not try it? Try it for either your cat or dog. You're going to see a difference in their coats, their breath, their energy level. All of those things are things that improve with the use of Ruff Greens. Ruffgreens.com, promo code CHICKS. Speaking of like censorship and just journalists being freaking weirdos, you know how Tulsi Gabbard is one of the people that is up for a cabinet position with Trump. Apparently, like a Newsweek reporter reached out to someone who is part of the Tulsi team, and that person tweeted out the conversation, which was absolutely ridiculous. So Newsweek said, "Hi." I mean, this is a summary, not direct quotes, but Newsweek was like, "Hi, Tulsi Gabbard spreads Russian and Assad propaganda. Comment." And so Alexa Henning said, "Can you send exact quotes of that?" Newsweek said, they just sent Newsweek articles saying that accusation. And so Alexa said, "Got it. Well, here are her exact quotes of calling Assad a brutal dictator and acknowledging that he used chemical weapons on his own people." And Newsweek just ignores it and writes the story anyway. This is just another example of how
media. Right.
It's ridiculous.
It's propaganda.
Yeah. And then some of the same people who bitch the hardest and the loudest about propaganda and misinformation on the left, people like Sam Harris, literally put it out and did it on the Bill Maher show. This guy is still trying to put out the false story that Trump wasn't actually hit by a bullet. That it was shrapnel from the teleprompters. And even Bill Maher is like, dude, are you serious?
Stop it.
Check it out.
So there's one thing I am skeptical about.
Come on.
I haven't said anything about this. I'll give it to you.
I can't.
This just could be based on a faulty intuition about ballistics, but
do you think?
I'm surprised that a rifle round making any degree of contact with an ear wouldn't do more damage. I think a shattered piece of shrapnel from a teleprompter is far more likely to have done that to his ear than a rifle round.
That's so silly.
Have you seen what rifle rounds do to human bodies?
I know, but like, if it just
Do
hit it
you?
by the slightest possible
Maybe.
degree,
Maybe.
it just, it makes much more sense. The guy behind
Well, no,
him-
but I do. No, there's no question there were rifle rounds flying.
Okay.
I mean, someone was killed. I'm not debating that at all. But just to, if in fact a teleprompter was hit by the rifle round and we know there was shattered glass, that makes more sense to me.
Except that
Oh my God.
they weren't. I mean, there's photos showing that the teleprompters were completely intact. Why would he say this nonsense?
Yeah. Well, because he wants so badly to believe that Trump isn't as strong as he is.
Yeah.
He wants
you're right.
he wants to rationalize that so hard because he can't. It's like he's so entrenched in his TDS that he just can't believe it. He can't believe that Trump actually stood up after being shot in the freaking head, stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. He can't believe it. There's so many people in this country that just refuse to accept that. Accept it, you loser.
It's so crazy. It's
Accept it.
absolutely just so
It is.
crazy.
They're nuts.
I told you guys a lot of these headlines are not going to have anything to do with each other. This could not be a better example of that. Do you remember when we showed some videos of that absolute horror? Lily Phillips, the chick that like slept with 100 men in a night and then
Wanted to sleep
was
with 1,000.
gearing up to sleep with
Yeah.
1,000 this month.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, apparently someone's beaten her to the punch. And it's some chick named Bonnie Blue who says that she has slept with 1,057 guys in 12 hours, which
Oh
someone
my-
did the math and said that would require 41 seconds per guy without a break. And I cannot fathom that this is a real thing, but she's going to be releasing the video on her OnlyFans. And I don't know what this is going to do to Lily Phillips's plans, but this is an actual competition now between these total whores.
Yeah. The thing that's completely depraved is that this chick is going to be rich because of it. She's rich.
already rich.
She's
already
rich,
so
and
rich.
people will pay to watch that absolute filth and depravity.
Mhm.
And like,
And there
she'll-
were 1,057 dudes willing to do this.
right. She's a gajillionaire now because of it. So
Oh my
that's
God.
our
Talk
world,
about
you know?
double dipping. Like there's
Right.
no.
It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like
Oh
she's
my
a
God.
complete whore, but the guys are also disgusting. And like and then the people who pay to watch it are disgusting. I mean, they contribute to this. It's all gross. It's just
Oh my
gross.
God.
Yeah. I mean, we need
So gross.
we need to bring shame back to all of this. We talked about that in our book, like bringing shame back to so many things: abortion,
things.
crime, this. You're a whore, you know? Like, can we bring shame back to that? Like the OnlyFans thing in general, OnlyFans, all of that garbage. Where is the shame? It's gross.
gone. It's
just-
absolutely gone.
ugh, so gross.
Interesting news from the Washington Post yesterday, and that is one of their star writers, the absolutely insufferable, horrible Jennifer Rubin, decided to leave. She announced her departure from the newspaper. She's starting a new venture called The Contrarian with former ethics czar of the White House, Norm Eisen. Both of these people could not be
Any more
weirder.
insufferable? They're
like
so weird.
They're so weird and so
Right.
insufferable. And they're starting like a whole political content platform, I guess. It's not
Ooh.
just like a column. And we'll show you a clip from this new show that they're going to have in just a second. But first, she also wrote a gigantic letter, a statement about why she's leaving. She says that basically the Jeff Bezos and his cronies enable Donald Trump. And so she's resigning. She's joining, of course, a whole bunch of other journalists that they're in resigning from the Post. And she went on to say, like in the second part of her statement, that she was announcing this new outlet, they're calling it The Contrarian, not owned by anyone. It's going to include prominent voices like George Conway, you guys.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. Yeah, he's owned by nobody. Yeah. okay.
I love what Glenn Greenwald said about this. He said it's genuinely hilarious that Jen Rubin and Norm Eisen, two of the most banal people in media, are calling their new anti-Trump Substack page The Contrarian. Neither has ever expressed a single idea that's not the prevailing wisdom in corporate media and establishment DC.
Completely. Yeah, she's just like that weird professor that she drives a Subaru and like carries her Trader Joe's like reusable bag as a purse. You know what I mean? she's that lady, you know? And she's like, I'm a contrarian. I'm
right.
Guys, look at me. I was like, no, you're not. You're not. You're not at all that.
Well, I guess she's jumping ship just in the nick of time, because according to this post, you're going to see that Washington Post web traffic has cratered from 22.5 million daily users back in 2021 to 3 million.
Wow. Yeah.
By mid last year.
Yeah. They should everybody that works there should follow suit, and they should resign too. You know?
Now, if you don't know who Jennifer Rubin is, congratulations. You are a better person for it. But I'm about to remind folks, this is a little bit of a flashback that I know we played on the show several weeks ago. And it's a perfect example. By the way, she calls herself a Republican, in case anyone's forgotten. She calls herself a Republican. Here is what she said in a recent interview.
Talk broad themes. You have to boil it down to nuts and bolts. And you have to be pithy. What do I mean by pithy? How about this? Republicans want to kill your kids. It's actually true. God. If you're going to oppose vaccinations, if you're going to stop breakthrough medical research, if you're going to allow minors and all sorts of people to get semi-automatic weapons, which they use to shoot up schools, well, then you are responsible for kids' health and death, unfortunately.
Yeah. Am I wrong? Was I wrong about the Trader Joe's bag as a purse? Come on. I mean, you guys, you can see it, right? You can see it. He's a loon. Yeah.
He's a crazy person. And the best part, this is my favorite clip, I think, of today, because I was cringing so hard when I watched it. But here is what you can expect from this new show. This is Jennifer and Norm announcing their show. And you guys, like the way that they describe it, they're like, we know it's going to be important to not just talk politics, but culture too. So basically they're going to have a show like ours.
Right.
Okay. That's, I think, what made this so extra cringe is that I was like, oh no, you guys can't pull this off. I'm sorry, but
don't do it. Yeah.
Are you ready? You bracing yourself?
Here we go. Here
it is.
Hi, I'm Jen Rubin.
And I'm Norm Eisen.
I am here to announce I am leaving the Washington Post in order to co-found with Norm an exciting new online platform, The Contrarian. We are going to bring you written material, podcasts, interviews, social media, all in defense of democracy. Our intent is to combat the authoritarian force that we all face.
Read it, Jen.
To help us, we have an exciting array of contributors from all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds to help us in this venture.
We're going to do politics. We're going to do law, but we know that any successful pro-democracy movement also has to be very vocal about culture. We'll have a humor column. We'll even have a cooking column, but we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of pro-democracy flavor.
And we're going to have pets. We're very pro-pets. So please, join us in this journey. We cannot do this without you. We want your contributions, your input, your ideas.
Thank you for joining The Contrarian.
Thank you. Yeah, they're going to have a whole section on our artisanal jewelry, you guys. It's like it's made from beads, you know.
You guys, that was just the worst thing I've ever seen until Daisy sent me this screenshot, and I was like, "What even is that?"
You guys remember this bit on SNL? Do you remember? They were like lavas. Do you remember the lavas on SNL? That's who they. That's what it's giving. That's what they are giving. Is this right here? Am I the only person that remembers this? They're so.
I did not remember it.
You don't remember, like,
but I can see it now that I watch the clip. I'm like, yeah, I can see this.
And they were all they were both professors, and they were just so freaking weird. My lava we come to this weird hotel, the West Side Arms or whatever, and we come here to be lovers. That's who they are. Mm-hmm.
But it's like they were like, okay, well, what should I'm waiting for Norm Eisen and Jen Rubin to do their first TikTok dance. Like that's what I'm prepared to see at this point. Because they're all like,
she'll be holding her cat.
And yeah, like we got to do cooking and pets and culture. And I mean, no, you can't.
This is our world. This is our world. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our world. And we also live in a world where the worst president, arguably in American history, is convinced that he has done a fabulous job. So he tweeted out a couple days ago, the economy, I'm leaving America, is the best in the world and stronger than ever for all Americans. Can't you feel it, you guys? Can't you feel it?
Mm-hmm. Hey, California people, here's $770. Here you go. Yeah, he's given out another $770.
Which
I was asking her in pre-show. What is it with that amount? I don't get it. Is that a FEMA? Is it a FEMA thing? I don't get it.
It's just like sort of the max allowed for any natural disaster immediate relief per person affected.
And then we give like hundreds of millions to Ukraine.
Right. I mean, obviously.
But 770 to each person affected by a horrible disaster that ruins their entire life. Okay.
I mean, they need to buy bottled water.
That's right.
And diapers.
Right.
So there you go.
Always the diapers. Yeah.
Biden spoke yesterday to the press and at the press and to reporters. There was a moment, this went pretty viral yesterday because no one could believe the words that were coming out of his mouth, probably because they're absolute lies. But he's trying to say that under his administration, the border had a lower number of illegal crossings than like ever. Biden said this about his border. Okay.
Oh my God, okay. Just lies. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what Fact Post says about this.
Mm-hmm.
But here is Biden, in his own words, being totally delusional.
Look, let's get something in mind about the border. When I became president, the numbers came way down, number one. Number two, we had a circumstance where I pushed very hard for a bipartisan agreement to put more people on the border, more Secret Service agents. And guess what?
What?
He's on the phone saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Make me look bad.
Secret Service agents are on the border? What's happening? Why is he doing that? You dog-faced pony soldier? What's happening? They need to stop.
Bad.
Stop
They
putting him
really
out
do.
there. Just stop. We're at the 6-day mark. Just stop it.
Oh my God. Cannot go quick enough. He also made some sort of a speech where he was talking about, the fact that it's so crazy to him that there are still people out there that don't believe in climate change being the biggest existential threat that the world faces. And he got that kind of like angry voice towards the end where he just gets loud for no reason. So here's that moment.
Some incoming administration are skeptical about the need for clean energy. They don't even believe climate change is real. I think they come from a different century. They're wrong. They are dead wrong. Greatest existential threat to humanity.
He's such a loon, this guy. Okay. All right. Say it is. If it is, which we know that it's not, but if it is the greatest existential threat to us of all time, then why don't you prepare for it? I mean, why is it that California is not prepared for it? Why is it that they don't do the proper forest management? Why don't they do why don't they have water available to fight these fires? Why is it that they're not prepared? If they in fact feel that this is the biggest existential threat to us as humans, why are they not prepared? I don't get it.
Well, because there's nothing to get because nothing that they do makes sense.
Right.
I mean, their idea of fighting climate change is saving a stupid 3-inch fish.
Right. I mean, this is the thing.
They're like, look, I'm helping.
They're full of crap. These people are absolutely full of crap. What they do is they take money from people. They scare people and say, weather is going to kill you. They take the money from people and they spend it on other shit. That's what they do.
They staple it.
Or they staple it to the clouds. They staple it right to the clouds.
Working really well.
Yeah, it is. It's working great.
I guess yesterday was the last official White House press conference, and Jake Sullivan was there, KJP was there, and they were acting like, barring any unforeseen horrific nightmare that could befall us at any time with this person being the president, this was going to be their last presser. And so Sullivan talked about leaving, and here he is.
We are just going to do the best we can. And then I think when history judges the baton as we pass it off, the hand as we pass it off, I think it will judge that we are leaving things to Trump in terms of America's core strengths better than we found them. But if it is, in fact, my last time before you, I just want to say thank you for what you guys do every day. Thank you for putting up with me. It's been an honor to be able to really try to illuminate these issues through tough probing and penetrating questioning. And can't say I've always enjoyed every moment up here, but I certainly have been privileged to be able to do it. So thank you guys for
one person clap.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
One person clapped. It's just like a one person. Oh, that was great. I wonder if he if when he reads it, because he's reading it, he's not saying that from his heart. He's reading it. I wonder if it actually causes any bit of pain whatsoever, because he knows he's lying out of his gaping pie hole. He's just spewing a lie. And he's thinking to himself, well, I'm going to get a really good pension out of this, so screw the American people, because I'm just delivering a huge lie after a bunch of lies for the past, because he's lying. They're leaving him a dumpster fire is what they're leaving
in so many ways.
Oh my gosh.
So many ways. Oh my gosh, is right. Well, and KJP, hopefully that was her last appearance as well. She kicked off her part of the presser by saying, hey, guess what? We're forgiving more student loans.
The Biden-Harris administration is approving student loan relief for more than 150,000 borrowers, bringing the total number of Americans who have had their student debt approved to be canceled by the administration to over 5 million people.
I just can't. Yeah, you're welcome.
There's just more of our money out the door.
Right. It's all he's done. That's all that Biden has done, is just spent our money on stupid crap.
Do you remember during the Biden-Trump debate, that super cringe moment where Biden was like, and we beat Medicaid? And everybody, that's when everybody knew.
How could we forget? How could we forget that moment?
Well, apparently it's not just a dementia thing. Listen to KJP.
About this particular question, look, we were able to beat Medicare. That is something that this president was able to do.
What?
They beat Medicare too.
In the world.
How do they keep messing this up? How?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like the hits just keep on coming, Wow. I can't wait to see how the press room changes with Carolyn Leavitt in charge. With her,
it's going to be
with
so
her
juicy.
at the helm. Yeah. The whole tone of that room is going to change with her at the helm. Right?
It's going to be super hostile.
Oh, but she will manhandle people. She will Carolyn handle people.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be like McEnany back in charge, I cannot wait for that day. I'm salivating over
that horrible Yamiche Alcindor. I saw on X, she had tweeted, I'm going to be for NBC. I'm going to go back to being in the press pool for the White House presses. So Yamiche is coming back.
They will be coming at her, and she's ready. She is ready, and it's going to be a thing of beauty. I can't wait.
It is going to be awesome. There was kind of a cute moment, I will say, between KJP and Peter Doocy, because, he's basically one of the only ones that's given her any kind of rash of shit for the entire time that she's been up there on the podium. And he, thanked her for at least entertaining his questions. And there was a cute little back and forth about how they're going to miss each other, blah, blah, blah. But one of the things he wanted to find out from her at this moment is in 6 days now, when President Biden's out of office, who's the leader of the Democrat Party? And she said it would take people much smarter than her to answer that question, which just made me laugh for all the reasons.
That doesn't take much. Pretty much everybody's smarter than her.
It's a low bar, KJP.
Right.
But here is their little exchange.
Hi.
Thank you, Carrie. If I don't see you again. In the briefing. Thank you for always. You could have stopped taking the hard questions years ago, and you didn't. So we appreciate that.
Over 2 years, my friend. This is let's say.
I just have to pause to say she knows how to take the questions.
She just doesn't know how to
answer the questions.
So true, right? So true.
Okay, continuing.
Hey, one last dance, right? I don't know how I'm going to fill my dance card now. How will I fill that void without you?
You tell me. You tell me. So
Start some rumors in here, I guess.
He's getting red too. Look at him.
So a week from now, it's all over.
Yes.
Between next Monday and 2028.
2028?
Who's the leader of the Democratic Party?
Oh my goodness! Wow. That is for people much smarter than I to make that assessment, that decision. Obviously, voters will decide. That is not something for me to decide. I could say right now, in this moment, in this room, as I'm looking at the clock as it's counting down, because we have to leave shortly, you have the President Joe Biden, who is obviously the president and the leader of the Democratic Party. I do not have I cannot predict the future, so that is not something that I'm going to do from here.
I can predict the future. She will be right beside Psaki on MSNBC.
Yeah,
That's
they'll
where
probably
she's gonna-
co-show.
Right beside her. Yeah, they'll be like, they'll have like dueling shows, or they'll be like right one after the other. She'll have a show there. That's like her. That's her future. Yeah, I mean, then that fake laugh was a nice touch, wasn't it?
Yeah. And isn't it interesting that she didn't say, well, I would think Kamala Harris is going to be a force and a leader in the Democrat Party. She's the vice president. She ran for president, and she didn't even occur to KJP.
Yeah.
Which I thought was perfect.
Because she was installed, and everybody knows it. Everybody on that side, even the dumb people, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, most of them are, but yeah.
Well, and speaking of Kamala, she was also in some sort of Oval Office meeting, and she was addressing the wildfires and had a message for victims of the wildfires. She wants them to just really try hard to be patient, you guys. Just really, really try hard to be patient. And when she knows she's speaking complete bullshit, you will notice that it's just like Gavin. She will gesticulate wildly in ways that don't make sense. And in this particular clip, it's with this weird shoulder thing. Like, you're going to see her shoulder do a thing. And I don't know why.
Is it a Gavin thing? Is it like a Gavin thing?
No, it's not a shimmy.
It's not a shimmy. Okay.
It's like a hike. It's like a hike of one shoulder that somehow helps her make her point. Here it is.
Critically important that to the extent you can find anything that gives you an ability to be patient in this extremely dangerous and unprecedented crisis, that you do.
That you do. Right. Did you see it? Like, what was that?
I did. Oh, I saw it. Yeah, she was hiking it up there. Yeah. It's like the shoulder pad was really out of control. It was.
Why do they do this?
I don't.
Is it to distract from the nonsense? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. All the the abrupt body movements. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She and Gavin and everything. They're very animated. They're very animated in their bullshit.
They really are. Well, speaking of the fires, they continue to rage. And unfortunately, it's not looking good. Apparently, the winds are supposed to pick up today, which puts the entire LA County population of around 10 million people on high alert for potential evacuation. Now, if there's an emergency broadcast alert that goes out to 10 million people, it's possibly accurate. I don't know, because their systems are not particularly functioning well. But the fires continue to rage. And now there's a big debate about what will happen once Trump is in office to any federal aid that is going to California. There's a lot of people, particularly on the right, who are saying, we're not just going to throw money at this without some assurances that they're going to change some of the destructive behaviors that led to this being as disastrous of an event as it was.
And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Same. So the reporters were chasing Mike Johnson down the hallway to ask him if aid would be conditional. And here is that interaction.
Are you open to providing aid to California without any conditions at all?
we've got to have a serious conversation about that. Obviously, there's been water resource mismanagement, forest management mistakes, all sorts of problems. And it does come down to leadership, and it appears to us that state and local leaders were derelict in their duty in many respects. So that's something that has to be factored in. I think there should probably be conditions on that, Nate. That's my personal view. We'll see what the consensus is. I haven't had a chance to socialize that with any of the members over the weekend because we've all been very busy, but it'll be part of the discussion for sure.
Okay, good. I'm glad that he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, here's piles and piles of money that we don't know how you're going to spend, if it's going to be appropriate, if you're going to change any of the terrible mismanagement that you've been engaged in. And we want you to make some changes.
Based on their history, we know exactly what they're going to do with it. They're going to piss it away.
Yeah.
They're going to set that on fire. These people are useless in California. Like the Gavins and the mayors and everybody. Useless. They take money and they just it's gone. We have no idea what happens to it. So yeah, there should be conditions, especially if it's our money. I want to know what's happening to it. I want to know that they're doing something useful with it. There absolutely should be. There needs to be there need to be plenty of conversations about that.
Absolutely. And one of the people that thinks so too is Scott Jennings.
Check to a state that has clearly failed and doesn't know how to manage fires. I would like to see a partnership between the state and Washington so that whatever money is being spent. Look, I don't live in California.
So now we're talking about a partnership.
But if you want us to send you billions upon billions of dollars, we need to have some assurances that you're not going to flush it the way you maybe have flushed it.
Yeah. Why is this controversial?
It shouldn't be controversial at all. It was their responsibility. He effed up. They effed up. And anybody that says
so many levels,
so many, and people that are they're defending this and saying it's just climate change. You're an idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
It was so clearly terrible, terrible governance. And Barry Weiss is one of the people who was on Fox to say just that.
Is being governed, and the state of California is being governed by people who have lost sight of the basics of governing.
Right.
They have lost sight of the idea that we pay you a tax so that you take care of basics for us. And nothing could be more basic than preventing the burning down of, as you just said in your introduction, an area twice the size of Manhattan.
Yeah, this isn't brain surgery, people. The number one job of government is to keep you safe. And you pay taxes, just like she said, you pay taxes so they can provide you with these services. And they didn't do their job. They took that money and they pissed it away. All of these people should be run out of office. They should be fired. They shouldn't even be seen on TV right now. I can't believe we're even having this conversation, but we are, because this is America and that's California. And there's so many people in California who are like, but he's so nice. He's super hot too.
Oh my God.
This is really, you get the government you deserve, right?
I know.
It's insanity.
And the mismanagement is, I can't believe how not obvious it is to everyone, but here once again is Scott Jennings talk about how poorly it is mismanaged.
People in California are unhappy is because the priorities over the last few years, over the last few decades, maybe in California, maybe haven't been on just competent governance. Democrats run everything out there. Mistakes were obviously made in water resource management. Mistakes were made in forest management. Mistakes were made in maybe budget cuts on the fire department. And so there is a question about, did we vote for people who know what they're doing? And so it's not about making it partisan. It's about making it competent. And I do think if I lived out there, I'd be asking myself, are competent people in charge? Because right now it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. It's insanity. My kids who live there cannot wait to get the hell out.
I don't blame them.
They just cannot wait to get out of there. And it's, like I always say, it used to be a beautiful place. What a shame. They have ruined it.
Yep. And again, this is a place where they pay the highest for literally every last thing, whether it's tax or gas or groceries or rent or housing or whatever. They pay more than anybody else. And their money is just thrown. They spent almost $3 billion on just illegal health care. Right. So, this is a problem of their own making in so many ways. So it's bad. And I have to do one more Scott Jennings clip.
Really? One more? Oh my God. It's like a threefer. It's
I know. But there was some clown on the panel who was trying to argue with him about how the problem with all of this is that Republicans are so divisive, that they're causing divisiveness in a time when they should just be like focusing on the fires. And Scott was not having any of it.
In this environment right now where immediately there's disinformation flowing through social media networks that cleaves down partisan lines, that is stopping our ability to be united. And we should not just accept that as inevitable. That is weakening our ability to unite as a nation and as cities.
Let me answer your criticism by asking you a question.
Sure.
Do you think it was uniting or dividing while in the midst of these fires for the Democrats to go to Sacramento and in an emergency session vote to appropriate $50 million to Trump-proof California, to sue the Trump administration, which hasn't even taken office yet? Do you think that was a good priority and a good time to do that, or no? Was that dividing? Was that divisive, or was that uniting?
Scott, I think what Sacramento does, and by the way, I think the focus should be entirely on the firefighting. And I'm not going to go take that, bait, because I don't know the details of that particular bill.
They voted to appropriate $50 million to sue Trump.
Yeah, he doesn't know the details, so he's not going to take the bait. But he's going to.
Trump is super divisive.
Yeah, he's going to bitch and moan about us being divisive. Okay, all right, they're there.
I'm about to be mean.
Oh, I love it when you're mean. It's so great. I'm here for you.
So bad.
I'm your
I do
Huckleberry.
feel bad.
Let's do
I
it.
feel bad. But
really?
Yeah, I do a little bit because this is like an appearance thing, and you shouldn't.
Oh,
mock
it
people's
is?
appearances,
Okay.
But I cannot help it, you guys.
Okay, who are we talking about? We're all friends here. Who are we talking about?
Just don't tell anybody. Okay.
Don't tell anybody, you guys.
So the editor of the LA Times, who came out and endorsed Karen Bass for mayor, is now feeling some regrets over that, you might imagine. And is, to his credit, is being very open about the fact that that was a big fat mistake. I know that people make fun of Mitch McConnell for looking like a turtle. I have never, ever in my life seen anyone look more like Franklin the Turtle as a human than this man. And Franklin the Turtle is like probably one of the cutest turtles. Okay.
And you don't like turtles. You
I
hate turtles. She despises turtles, you guys. There's a whole other story there.
I hate them.
Yeah, she hates them.
But tell me I'm not right, because it is Franklin the Turtle.
Well, first of all, we'll accept some blame, right? So at the LA Times, we endorse Karen Bass. I think right now in front, that's a mistake, and we admit that.
Am I wrong?
You did not prepare me for that clip.
Am I wrong? He is Franklin the Turtle.
He is a little...
I'm not saying it's unattractive. I'm just saying it is very, very similar to Franklin the Turtle.
It's a little Franklin-y. He's a little Franklin-y.
And listen, I'm crediting him for owning his mistake.
He's a little...
Okay, people agree. It's not like how am I supposed to not say that?
No, I mean, we say the things here, you guys. We're all friends. This is a very, very close-knit community. This is what we do. No one watches this show. We can talk about this, right? Come on. It's fine.
I mean, I apologize to him if that's offensive in any way. Just listen.
Could you show us?
A lot of people think he's adorable.
Could you show us face one more time? Could you show it one more time?
I would be happy to. Let me
just one more time.
Let's see if I can do this.
Can you do it?
I mean, come on.
It's a little. It does. He does look a little bit like Franklin. I think it's the hair. If he needs to make the hair go up. I think if he just if he's it's too swoopy.
Jennifer's like, is he real?
That MFer isn't real. If he could just get his hair to go up, I think we're just providing a service. He just needs a little bit of a lift. He needs like a flat top or something. And I think he would look
well, and he's got great hair. You know what I mean? Like
he does.
That's some really healthy, nice hair.
Good hair.
It's just the way that it's on his head is odd. Anyway, I'm not trying to be mean. I just can't help it. You guys, I had to say it because it was so obvious to me that he is Franklin the Turtle.
We're your Huckleberries. We're here for you. It's fine. That's what we do.
Moving on. I'm about to, you guys are going to be so mad, but I have to subject you to The View. I have to. Because it was like unbelievable yesterday.
Here we go. They were such hags yesterday.
Like
hags.
extra hag.
They
Like
were very
it was
extra
a double
haggy.
dose of hag. Yeah.
Haggerific.
And we've got haggery from Whoopi, Sunny, and Anna. They are just, they're so wrong about why Trump has said the things that he has said about the wildfires. They're feeling like he's being like not compassionate. He doesn't want these fires to happen. And it's like they're missing that entire point by saying he shouldn't be politicizing it. He's trying to make sure this never happens again by stating obvious things like, we got to manage forests, we got to manage water, we got to do these things, and they won't hear it. And so the amount of crazy that you're about to hear, I know it's a lot. I'm just going to let them all play together. Okay, so we'll get it over with as quickly as we can.
Right.
Here's what was yesterday.
Here's how this works. There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they always say, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time. Oh, I take great offense at pointing fingers. You should be pointing fingers about how can we help?
Yeah.
It's too soon to be saying, oh, it's Gavin's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's like us taking seriously that there are, you know, magic lasers in the sky that direct the weather. That doesn't work. It doesn't happen. This is a catastrophe, and this is what's happened. And let's try to figure out how to work towards not having it happen again. But, you know, we don't control Mother Nature.
Experts have said that it's the local water shortages happened not because there wasn't water, but because the city's infrastructure wasn't designed to respond to a fire as large as the one that happened. So you are absolutely right about that. In terms of politicizing this fire, that's what I've been most disgusted by. I was thrilled to learn that Mexico was sending aid, you know, the very people that Donald Trump would like to build the wall against. Well, they must have climbed over the wall because now they're here helping put out these fires. Canada, who he wants apparently to be the 51st state, they are here helping us. So our neighbors have come in and helped us. And that's what should be happening. And I applaud Mexico and Canada for helping. But who I don't applaud is someone like Jesse Waters on Fox News. This is what he said. He blamed LA fires on diversity. Because he says it was unbelievable. I thought it was fake news. He said that California's woke politics and DEI are the reasons for the fires because Newsom has been tearing down dams because Native Americans, but he called them Indians, wanted some of the river back so they could catch salmon. And Gavin didn't just knock down one dam for the Indians, he knocked them all down. He knocked down 4 of the dams. I'm sorry, this is stolen land, first of all, okay? California is stolen land. Second of all, that's part of what always happens. These dams, there's preservation of the dam. So that was just complete, not only misinformation, but it was racist.
I think what this has shown us is for people who thought that Donald Trump has changed, he has not changed, okay? No. He is the same immature, insensitive, inappropriate oaf that he's always been. What he should be doing right now is putting out tweets saying, I thank the heroic first responders. I thank the countries of Canada and Mexico and all the others who've helped. I thank the surrounding states that have sent help. I have talked to Governor Newsom. I have talked to Mayor Bass. I have told them that my administration in 7 days will be ready to supply everything and anything that California needs. Californians, my thoughts are with you. Those are the things you have to say. If you need help in figuring it out, go look at everything that Joe Biden has said for the last 4 years after a natural disaster.
Oh my God. Okay. So much to unpack. First of all, how's your husband, Sonny? How's he doing? Second of all, Anna Navarro. Okay. Because Whoopi is just insane. But Anna Navarro, Trump is not the president right now. Why did these biatches forget that? She's giving him a list of all the things that he should be doing when in fact, he's not the president. He's the president-elect. So they're putting all this stuff on him as if he should be out there doing the things. He is out there doing the things, but he's not That's not his job. It's Biden's job. And he's doing a piss poor job at it. So maybe you should be screaming all those things at him, lady. Oh my gosh. Like, did these people forget he still has 6 more days to do his job? I mean, I understand he has short timer syndrome, but he is still the president. These people forget that.
Well, I mean, it's stolen land, and that's it's all racist. So that's really the important thing to remember here.
Can you imagine? Imagine if you will. Imagine if you will, if Trump were governor of California and this happened under his watch, what these ladies would say.
Oh my God.
Just imagine.
It would be every last bit of his fault.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The only reason they're saying all of these things is because they just can't bear for him to take responsibility for all of this. They can't do it. They can't bear for a Democrat, a liberal, all of this DEI stuff. They can't bear to sit in the absolute crap that is all of this wokeness and how it has destroyed a state. They can't sit in it. They cannot take accountability for it. So they're projecting and they're pushing. And that's what so many of these liberals are doing. And it's so obvious to anybody with half a firing synapse in their brain. We can see it. It's like you're watching it real time. They're like, no, we can't take any accountability for it. It's got to be Trump's fault. You know, it's like, we got to like push this off on Trump somehow. And it just makes them more disgusting. It just does. You cannot push this off on other people. You can't.
Well, and Gavin Newsom, he's one of the people that absolutely refuses to be held accountable in any way. He's blame shifting like crazy, and he's picking fights with California legislators who are, of course, Republican, who are calling him out for the mistakes that he's made. One of those is Bill Healey, who Gavin called out by saying this Republican assembly member has voted against billions of dollars of crucial wildfire prevention and fire funding. And he wrote back to him and said, "No, Governor, I voted against your budget full of misplaced priorities and outrageous programs like free health care for illegals. You don't get to blame Republicans for your mess. You and the supermajority Democrat legislature passed a ridiculous budget that cut critical funding for wildfire prevention and instead paid $5 billion annually to give illegals free health care, $4.2 billion on high-speed rail projects that have gone absolutely nowhere, and $24 billion on homelessness programs. And we can see how that turned out. That's the one thing Bill got wrong. He said there's been zero result. Actually, the result is that there's more homeless.
Yeah,
there's more.
There is more homeless. Yeah. It's a complete disaster. And it's just remarkable to me how Gavin is spending time picking fights with people right now when he should be handling this problem.
Well, he's got podcasts to go on. So.
Well, this is the thing. It further amplifies how inept he is at this job. Everybody should be able to see that. He's picking fights and he's going on podcasts instead of doing his effing job, which is what he should have been doing in the first place. Can you not see it? It's like, I mean, I guess a lot of people can't see through the prog speak, the fact that he can like say all the fancy words. He can get out there and he can like do his little shimmy, on camera. He's like, look at me, I'm dancing. I got slick back hair and I think I'm hot. Dude, you are just enormously you are a colossal failure. You are enormously inept. You cannot and will not do this job. He has no business governing, none at all. So many of these people don't. And I think that is what's so difficult for people on the left to sit with, is that they have put toddlers in charge. And then now they're like, shit. Like, look at us. We have to, like, we are reaping what we've sown. And I'm sure it's a tough thing to sit with.
I don't think they're sitting with it though. They're in complete denial that any of this is their fault at all.
Yeah, because that's the problem. Because they don't want to. They don't want to come to terms with the fact that this is the government that they've chosen. It's a constitutional republic, after all.
And the whole thing with Gavin doing the shimmy and the weird like dance moves that he's constantly doing in every interview, apparently that's been going on a while. And I know it's just been sort of focused on in the last day or two, but there's this older clip of him not doing a shimmy, but doing a whole ass sway like this You guys check it out. It's so crazy. The sway.
The sway.
Governor, the budget is obviously a paramount process for you and the legislature. And I just want to ask you about something on the
He's
other
all the way
end
over
of the
there.
budget on a different topic on public safety. Do you think it looks good to the taxpayer for an assembly member?
I mean, that's like a significant
It was a sway. Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
What is going on?
I wonder what he's he's singing Depeche Mode in his brain when he's doing that. He's he wants to go clubbing. He's like, yeah.
I actually made a GIF yesterday of just this. Of him just doing this.
Doing the shimmy.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think, were doing the same thing because it's irresistible. But someone actually made it even better. And this is dedicated to our Indian correspondent, Spencer.
Spencer's like getting down right now. Spencer's totally getting down. He's like, thank you. Come again.
Okay, thank you. Come again.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
So great.
Here's some good news. Megyn Kelly has a very woke friend that she has somehow managed to stay friends with forever.
That's nice.
It's very nice.
It is
and
nice.
she's got this perspective from her woke friend who just lost her home in California.
My God.
This goes to a point that you were making either earlier this week or late last week or probably both about, whether this will turn people in California to vote Republican. Megyn thinks it will. And here is a bit of optimism.
Lives in California, whose house burned, this is my one woke friend. I love this woman dearly, but she's woke. And amazingly, we've maintained our friendship. We kind of just don't talk about these subjects much, but she's woke. And she's like, MK, everyone I know is ready to vote Republican. She's like, everyone I know, all of her woke friends, all of her Dem friends. She was like, we're all talking about how soon we can get Republican leadership into these offices. I mean, that is saying something.
That's saying something.
It is saying something. Yeah. If this doesn't turn you, I'm sorry. If having everything that you have burned to the ground doesn't turn you, there's no help for you.
I know, right?
So I would hope that would change your perspective on things. My goodness.
You would hope. You would hope. I think it was like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks ago that we ended up having to play like a long clip of Tim Pool, who was just going on this tirade that was so masterfully said that we had to play the whole thing. And now there's another one. And he's unfortunately talking about a story that I like burst into tears reading. And it's a horrific story that has to do with these wildfires. This is not a super long clip, but it's another rage clip of Tim Pool talking about why he hates progressives and Democrats so much and why you should too. And again, if this story doesn't make it clear, I just don't know what will.
That are watching this and who have family and friends who are like, Tim's biased, I'm going to explain to you very simply the core of what makes me despise the Democratic Party, progressives, wokeness, etc. It's a story here from NBC News. Take a look. Former child star Rory Sykes dies in California wildfires as mom tried to save him. This is a hard story to read. Former child star Rory Sykes, who was born blind and had cerebral palsy, died Wednesday in the wildfires after his mother said she was unable to save him from their home. See, the story is her arm was broken and she couldn't get the cinders off the building. She could not carry him out of the building and he was having trouble walking. He didn't want to leave. He was struggling. So she went to the fire department, asked them for help. He said, Mom, leave me. No mom could leave their kid. Shelley Sykes told Australian outlet 10 News she has a broken arm and could not lift or move her son. Shelley Sykes said she drove to the local fire department for help, but they told her they did not have any water. She said when the fire department brought her back, Rory's cottage was burnt to the ground.
Oh my God.
You understand the implications about what happened to Rory. He was trapped. The mother couldn't lift him, and he died in that fire. And now I want you to watch this video. from Larson. She's I believe, the head of diversity for the LA Fire Department. I'm sorry, let me get the audio.
Response to your house, you want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Rory Sykes did not get himself in the wrong place.
They released that.
Rory Sykes did not put himself in the wrong place, you psychopathic monster. The requirement for the fire department is to be able to lift those who cannot lift themselves, to save them from burning buildings. It's no one's fault. I don't care if you dropped a cigarette and your house started on fire. I don't care if you put a teddy bear next to a bunch of candles and your house started on fire. We will save you. And in this instance, a man with cerebral palsy who was blind and whose mother desperately tried to carry him out of a building she was terrified would burn down, was unable to do so, but he got himself in the wrong place. These are the people they hire. They're disgusting monsters that would leave you to burn to death so long as they get a salary to push their crackpot religion. That's why I despise these people. I hope that's clear.
Amen.
Damn.
Amen.
What a story. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I read that a couple days ago and I was just, oh my gosh.
I know. Horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on, because we've teased that we had Melania and Ivanka scoop, and I don't know, maybe scoop is the wrong word, but we've got juicy stuff coming out about Melania. In that, this documentary that's going to be released about her covers the time period between the election and the inauguration, and it is going to be a behind-the-scenes look at basically everything that she does to get prepared for the move, to get prepared for going back to being the first lady, and it seems like it's going to be really, really interesting. She was on with Ainsley to talk about it, and Ainsley was asking her, like, what made you do this documentary? And I got to tell you, Melania looks so chill and like
confident,
excited, and just happy and different than last time. You know?
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're basically like seniors in college coming back to be freshmen in high school. They have a lot of experience and they're just like, whatever, we got this, you know? I mean, it's a completely different perspective for them. This is like their 15th rodeo at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. And she just exudes a whole new level of just class. I don't know how to describe it. You'll see what we mean. Here she is talking about just the creation of the documentary.
Time. It is. We were thrilled to hear that this was coming out. I want to know details, why you decided to do this, and what will it be like?
Well, the book was such a success, and I'm very proud, and I get so many messages and letters how they enjoy the book, and they would love, my fans and people would love to hear more from me. So I had an idea to make a movie, to make a film about my life. My life is incredible. It's incredibly busy. And I told my agent, I have this idea, so please, go out and make a deal for me. We started the production in November, and we are shooting right now. So it's a day-to-day life. What I'm doing, what kind of responsibilities I have. People, they don't really know, and they will see it. It's day to day, from transition team to moving to the White House, packing, establishing my team, the First Lady office, moving into the White House, what it takes to make the residence your home, to hire the people that you need.
I love it. She's taking the reins on this. And it's like, oh, you think you know me? You don't know me. This is me. It's about time, because the press, man, they've been so unkind to her. And in general, the media has just been, they've tried to destroy her. They've tried to destroy her husband. And she's like, you don't get to do that this time. You don't get to do it.
Well, and she feels like she has more support this time around.
Right.
She talked about the fact that the last time they were not well prepared by the outgoing administration,
right?
What it was like to move in. They were not prepared at all. She kind of takes a little dig at them, but still keeps it classy. And then talks about the fact that they have 5 hours to move the Bidens out and them in. 5 hours. So that was an amazing thing to hear about. Here's a little bit from that part.
It was challenging. We didn't have much of the information. The information was upheld for us from previous administration. But this time I have everything. I have the plans. I could move in. I already packed. I already selected the furniture that needs to go in. So it's very different transition this time, second time around.
Well, if the Bidens have they been accommodating, and are they still living there?
They're still living there, and they will be out on January 20. So what happened is on January 20, the transition team has only 5 hours to move Biden's out and to move us in. I don't always agree with my husband.
Oh, whoops, that was a whole other clip. Sorry. So 5 hours is nothing. Like I cannot fathom how they do it. It has to take like 50 people, right?
Yeah, there's gotta be, there's like a ton of people that make that happen.
God.
Yeah. You just didn't have a ton of people moving you. That's what it.
No.
Right. The team.
Also, she was asked about whether she agrees with Trump, whether she provides advice to Trump, and this was a kind of a cute moment as well.
And to move us in. I don't always agree what my husband is saying or doing, and that's okay.
Are you able to tell him when you disagree?
I gave him my advice, and sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't, and that's okay.
That's okay.
I love that.
I know. She's so cute.
I love it. I think it's great. I don't always agree with my husband either. I'm sure you don't either. I think
I mean, that was perfect.
If you do, something's wrong.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
She also talked about the fact that she has a few positions left open on her team and building out her team, and that she was going to be really thoughtful and take a lot of time to do that. And I love the fact that she was paying attention to what that costs taxpayers. So here's what she said about filling those last positions on her team.
I don't want to hire too many people on my team and spending too much taxpayer money. I want to make sure that every position, they are talented, they have merit, they know what they're doing, and as well as they are team player. They don't have a own agenda, so they're serving me, they're serving my office, and they're serving the country.
That'd be a cool job, working for her.
It might be super tough too.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be a neat job. I think it would be rewarding.
And how she chooses people, I have no idea like what that process is like.
Yeah.
Ainsley also asked her, like, are you prepared for the gruel, essentially, of the schedule again, like of being first lady? How are you feeling about it? And here is what she said.
Feeling about the busy schedule again, hitting the ground running on the 20th.
Very busy. We already started, and I think it will be an exciting 4 years. We have a lot to do and put the country back in shape.
There was a summary that when they broke away from the interview, the three folks on Fox and Friends just kind of talked about the interview itself and more about the documentary and the timing of it. And here is that little bit.
He looks ready to go. Man.
It's going to be this documentary. I'm so excited to see it because it's behind the scenes of her walking through Trump Tower, of her walking through the White House and planning the move. And they've been filming since November. They're going to film all the way through the inauguration day. And then it's going to be shown in worldwide movie theaters starting this fall. And then it will move over to
I will totally see that.
Oh, yeah. I will absolutely see it.
Without question.
Oh, show.
Yep.
And then Ivanka, who we have not heard or seen a lot of. And obviously she made, a very public decision early on when Trump was going to run again. She was just like, I'm out. I'm not going to be participating in the administration or the campaign in any way. And she did a podcast. She appeared on a podcast to talk about that decision in more depth. And, she's so she's so perfect.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
Nauseating how
flawless.
perfect she is. My God. So she talked about that decision, and she made, of course, perfect sense, but she did it in her perfect, flawless Ivanka way. And so I thought people might be interested in hearing her take on this.
And I am not going back to serve now is I know the cost, and it's a price that I'm not willing to make my kids bear.
Have people given you pushback for that?
Oh, I mean, I get the question a lot. It's very easy to make a decision when it aligns around your core values. And my highest, most core value is family. And my kids were much younger, so it was easier to not be present. But when you have kids that are teenagers, about to be teenagers, your physical presence matters so much.
It's crazy
and so
that
I'm
you
not
have to
willing
justify it to people, to me.
Well, you know, I don't, because I just tell them, like, that's, you know, that's them, not me.
Yeah.
So I feel super great about this
Well, I think people
decision,
can
but-
empathize with the price you have to put on your children and your marriage and your family to go back, and you've already
Yeah.
served, and your kids
And that's
are
why
young.
I'm so grateful for all the people who are serving, because I know how hard it is and how taxing, and every one of them will do their best to balance it all. But it is hard. There's another element, though, for me. You know, I love policy and impact. I hate politics, and unfortunately, the two are not separable. You know, there is a darkness to that world that I don't really want to welcome into mine. To some degree, I'm, you know, at the center of the storm because my father is about to be president, but it's a very dark, negative business.
It is. It totally is. And I love that she is, that she's focusing on family at the right time. I think you and I kind of did that, you know, because we were in radio when both of our youngest kids were really young. I mean, they were itty bitty. Like Gwen, gosh, she was a toddler. She was a toddler. And I remember Greg picking up the slack during that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
We
our
worked nights.
husband- we would have
Right.
never been able to do it without them.
Without our husbands. Our husbands picked up so much of the parenting slack during that because we were working, we did afternoon drive, and that is tough. And we worked such long hours, and we were not home until late at night. And so, I mean, I felt her in that comment because it's like, you know, when they're itty bitty, you miss some stuff, but it's like being present now when my daughter, you know, has been like preteen and teen, crucial. It's a crucial time, and I am present for her. And that is, so I get her with that. That is like, it's such a, man, that is a blessing. It's a great thing that she wants to do that. I think that that's wonderful that she wants to be there for her kids, and she's not having nannies like be there for them.
No, she's doing it all.
Right.
I mean, she's so just disgustingly perfect.
It is a little bit weird how flawless she is. Like, you know,
I mean, it's
a little
just
intimidating.
incredible. I know this is like a huge shift from like really great people to like somebody just absolutely awful, but I didn't know where else to put this, so I'm just putting it here. The governor of Massachusetts, Governor Healey, has been absolutely awful about illegals being in, and particularly Boston, but like all of Massachusetts, been awful, been super vocal about not helping ICE with their jobs, not helping with deportations, being against Trump's immigration policies altogether. And now there's all of a sudden this new change of tune, which makes me sick to my stomach. The story makes me so angry, and I know it will you too. Look at this.
Says she hopes that the incoming president takes action on reforms. Her words came Friday, more than a week after an illegal immigrant from the Dominican Republic living in a hotel shelter in Revere, Massachusetts, was found with 10 pounds of fentanyl and an AR-15. Leonardo Andujar Sanchez, 28, now faces federal drug and weapons charges. The high-profile case inspired Healey to launch a review of intake procedures at state shelters. By late last week, her administration confessed that criminal background checks were not being performed on shelter residents, and as Healey had ordered, after an alleged rape of a teenage girl at a hotel shelter last March. Slammed with a $1 billion bill lamenting federal inaction on a broken immigration system, the governor is also calling for federal action from President Trump.
Oh, really?
It's not fair that states have to foot the bill for this, that taxpayers have to foot the bill for this,
oh my
and that we're
gosh.
strained and burdened in the way that we are. So I hope that President Trump takes action, and I hope that both the House of Representatives and the Senate work with the president on those changes.
The Massachusetts Republican Party chair accused the governor of mismanaging the migrant crisis. Amy Carnival writes, the fact that the governor only now feels compelled to act after these horrors have come to light is despicable. Remember, since September, ICE Boston has arrested more than 24 men, illegal immigrants in Massachusetts, accused of sex crimes. You may recall it was in November that Healey had vowed to absolutely not cooperate with Trump's deportation efforts. Bill?
Can you even?
I can. These people just so gross.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
Now you're like,
Now.
oh, maybe we should do something about it now.
Biden was fine though. It was fine. It was fine. Oh my God. And
The
it's
rage.
shameless. It's just shameless.
It is shameless. You know, I'm wondering, are we going to get some sort of a hotline to turn illegals in? I wonder if Homan's going to set up some sort of a hotline. I'm just curious.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm just curious. You know, that would, if you're listening, Tom Homan, you should set up some sort of a hotline.
Because this is not like a Tim Walz hotline where you're snitching on your neighbors. You're
No.
actually just reporting crimes.
Right.
So-
If you see, like, if you know of, because I'm sure that people see or know of people who are breaking the law. They've broken the law, breaking into this country. I wonder if, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Let's show an example of what good governance looks like, because Ron DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, I should say.
He's back. Like he's back.
So he knows that Trump has a specific agenda that he's going to be putting out a lot of executive orders on day one. And because he wants to help and he wants to be a part of that agenda and do the right thing, he's calling a special session of his legislature to make sure that they're ready. And I think this is just such a perfect example, once again, of how Governor DeSantis is always ahead of the game when it comes to leadership. Here he is.
Ability to be in this fight. State and local officials in Florida must help the Trump administration enforce our nation's immigration laws. And we are going to need, in order to do that effectively, we are going to need legislation to impose additional duties on local officials and provide funding for those local officials. There also needs to be measures to hold people accountable who are violating our anti-sanctuary policies. And then Florida needs to make sure that we don't have any lingering incentives for people to come into our state illegally. So therefore, I'm going to call the legislature into special session starting the week of January 27th. We have the next president taking office January 20th. We anticipate executive orders to be issued immediately after the swearing in and the inaugural address. We're going to have some time to process to make sure we're doing what we need to do, but then we need to act, and we need to act quickly.
That is leadership, right?
Yeah. And every Republican governor should be looking at him and being like, I'm going to copy paste what he does.
Right? And they don't.
Everyone.
So many of them don't.
They're
I will never
idiots.
understand it.
Yeah. We're talking to you, Indiana. Well, the new one, I think, is going to do it. But the
We'll
old
see.
the old one didn't. Yeah. I mean, like, there's so many across the country that all you have to do is look at what he does and just copy it.
He's doing everything right. He
Right.
needs, yeah, somebody said, can we clone him? He needs to be cloned a million times.
Yes, it's
a
like
million times.
he's a master class. He is the master class in governing. Just do that. We'd be
Yeah.
a better country for it.
Yes. It's time for my Pillow Talks. I have some very unusual ones for today, not your typical talks. But we are going to start out with animals. And this is, I'm not even going to tell you the animal yet, because you need to see what gets pulled out of a grocery store. It looks like a produce, or not a produce, but like a meat aisle. I was not prepared
Okay.
for
Oh,
what
no.
these people have to pull out of the thing.
I'm
Watch.
scared. It's a snake. It's going to be a snake. Oh gosh. What is it going to be? What is it?
Just not what you're expecting at all.
Watch out, guys. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Coyote.
Oh my gosh. What is it? It's a coyote?
It was a coyote.
That was a coyote.
Yeah.
that's got to be like in Texas or something. Where was that?
I don't know. That's the only information that I have about it.
Oh my gosh, bless his heart.
I know. Like, what? Can you believe
How
that?
did he get there?
I don't
bad.
know.
I feel bad for the animal, of course.
I do too. I do too. But if I came across a coyote, this would obviously be me.
What are you doing out here all by yourself? Come here, puppy.
Oh my gosh.
Come here. Can I see you?
Come here, puppy.
Hi, puppy.
Look how cute he is.
All right, he's pretty
Can I
cute.
pet
He
you?
looks.
Oh, that's a good puppy.
Look at his fangs.
Oh, you're
Oh,
pretty.
I
It's
know,
cold
he
out
does
here. What
have
are you
some
doing out here all
fangs.
by yourself?
Yeah, we don't
wanna
befriend
come
those out
inside?
here.
Wanna
We
make
don't.
us some
do
tacos?
that.
Whoa.
Absolutely do this.
Spicy puppy.
I know. We
I bet
don't
you're
do
going to
that.
like some tacos. You want soft or hard tacos? Let's go make tacos. Come on.
It's
time for tacos.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We see them out here. We don't make friends with them. We just
Yeah,
hope
one of
they
our
move
neighbors
along.
posted on Facebook yesterday that she could hear him howling because there's
Yeah.
a full moon. It's like super creepy here
Yep,
at night.
us too. Mm-hmm.
And they are out.
Yep.
Related, but not exactly coyote. There's a wolf cam. I forget where this is. I think it says at the end, but there's a mama wolf with her little baby caught on the
Doocy.
cam. You guys, look at how precious.
OMG.
Oh
my
God.
gosh. That is the sweetest. That mama's like, I am exhausted. I am so like mamas are exhaustion is universal. Right? Look at the
my
baby. Oh my gosh, you guys. There's more than one. See the other one down the bottom? There's probably
Aren't
more
they
than
just
there's
the
probably more than
cutest?
2. God bless her. That sweet baby.
Oh God, they're
That is
just
so precious.
darling.
Mom. That's just so sweet. Oh my God, I want to pick the babies up.
Much. They're such cuddlers. So this is New York Wolf, Save Mexican Wolves at the Wolf Conservation Center.
So sweet.
Moving on, here's where it gets weird and not typical of my Pillow Toks. But I know a lot of people participate in Dry January. This is not one of those people.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll drink water to confuse my liver. And then, boom! Back to work, bitch!
My gosh.
Oh my God, I died at that.
All
I
right, back to work.
Absolutely cracked up. Back to
Yep,
work.
There you go.
This is also very odd. This is a guy, I don't know why this amused me so much, but this is a guy talking about the manliest thing that men can do. And he thinks it's holding a wad of cash. And I know that sounds
What?
crazy. The more he talks about it, the more sense it makes. And he's just so good at talking about how manly this is.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. You will not feel like more of a fucking man than carrying around a fucking wad. Look at this. Are you kidding me? You're telling me you go up to a fucking counter, the guy gives you the price, you whip out this thing? You hit him with a little, you know, what's the damage? You give him a little thumb lick? Peel off 3 20s? And then you give him a little 2-finger like this? Put it on the counter, keep the change. Maybe ask him, how much if I pay in cash? Guy says same price. This is Bed Bath & Beyond. Hey, look at, where's my wallet? This is you. This is the guy she tells you not to worry about. You think this guy goes to therapy if he's carrying around a wad? No. He talks to the wad.
Carrying around a wad.
Wad always knows.
The
You
wad.
see a guy carrying around a wad like this,
It's true.
he's never not backed into a parking spot. This guy has never ejaculated prematurely. If you see a guy with a wad like this, it's just a beautiful thing. I don't know. Maybe don't wear a bright blue shirt. You could probably feel like more of a man.
I will also say that guy is totally your type.
You think? I didn't even look at him like as somebody that I was attracted to. I
think
just thought he was funny.
If we were like 20 years younger, you would date him. You would. It's the hair and the tallness and the darkness. And
I don't like
the
tall.
hair.
Tall is not my thing at all.
Well, the dark hair and just the amount of hair that guy had on his head.
It was good hair. Yeah, it was good hair.
And the cockiness, he's totally your type. Absolutely. Without question. And the wad. You would have liked the wad, the whole wad.
But it also reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza had that giant wallet.
Yes.
And he could not even fit it in.
He could close it and put it. Yeah, it was great. It was so great.
Okay, and then lastly, before we get to thank yous, this is Dr. Seuss as rap music, and I accidentally love it, you guys.
Okay,
here we go.
Yo, this is Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? Written by Dr. Seuss, and I'm gonna rap this book. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. He can go like a cow, he can go moo moo. Mr. Brown can do it, man, how about you? He can go like a bee, Mr. Brown can buzz. How about you? Can you go buzz buzz? He can go like a cork, pop 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 pop. He can go like horse feet, clop clop clop. He can go eek eek like a squeaky shoe. He can go like a rooster, cock-a-doodle doo. He can go like an owl, hoo hoo hoo. Eek 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 eek, cock-a-doodle doo. Hoo 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 hoo. How about you? He can go like the rain, dibble 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 dop. Dibble 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 dop dop dop. He can go like a train, choo 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 choo. All the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. Moo moo buzz buzz, pop pop pop. Eek eek hoo hoo, clop clop clop. Dibble dibble dop dop, cock-a-doodle doo. Mr. Brown can do it, man. How about you? Mr. Brown can.
Anyway,
I mean, I don't hate it. It's all right.
I completely love it.
Yeah,
like all the clap clap claps and the pop pop.
Yeah,
pops.
I was kind of getting into it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, we've got some catch up Venmos to get to, some new Venmos to get to, some locals thank yous to get to, and some folks right here to get to.
Through it because we got to talk to Rand Paul this morning, you guys.
We are talking to Rand Paul today.
Yeah,
so
we are.
That's happening. All right. So first from our friend Wanda, who unfortunately lost a daughter. I don't know if you guys knew that about Insider Wanda. But she was talking about the song Imagine, because we've talked about that with the Jimmy Carter funeral. And she says, we had the instrumental version of Imagine playing at our daughter's funeral as she requested it. It did seem a bit strange in a church, but at times like that, you just go with it. I actually think the instrumental version seems more.
Yeah, it's totally different. I think it's absolutely different if it's
I kind of do too. And so no judgment.
And it's a beautiful song. There's no denying it's a beautiful song, but I think the instrumental version
pretty.
Yeah,
it is pretty. We also got Venmo from Laura Cross, who said Trump should only agree to give California federal money if Gavin Newsom and the mayor of Los Angeles step down. Now that's a condition I can get on board with.
Me too. Right there with you, Laura.
That is a good condition. Also from Deanna Hale, she said Trump needs to tell Mussolini that the 50 mil he set aside to Trump-proof our state needs to go to the fires. We do not hate him enough. And she had a lot to say yesterday. She also said Newsom is a cross between Mr. Burns from The Simpsons and Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale's character from American Psycho. Such an incompetent tool bag. And then she said, or maybe Newsom can find the over 20 million he lost for the homeless. No one should give this man money. He cannot manage it to save his state. And of course, she is absolutely right about that. Totally and then today, Kathleen Barbie said, I live in Western New Jersey, suburban, but with farmland, and I see several drones every night when I walk my dogs after dark. Looking forward to the 21st when Trump plans to declassify the information about this. Yes, as are we. And Dixie Obama said Ron DeSantis is the difference between serving the country and serving self-interest. I love him. We need more like him that stay clear of the hot tub. Love
so true.
That. And then on locals, Judy Flood said good morning from Frigid, Ohio. Audrey Krause 5 says, I feel like I'm having root canal listening to the hags on The View. Correction, I would rather have root canal. Those biatches are miserable and dumb as dirt. Happy Tuesday, chicks. And Judy Flood again says, I wonder if Sonny owns any of the stolen land. She lives in New York, so I'm not sure.
New York or New Jersey. I can't remember which one. She lives in a 10-bedroom, 10-bath house, though. I do know that.
It's in Purchase, New York.
Oh, okay.
I saw that today.
Oh, okay. So New York. Okay.
I'm going to unfile that now because I don't want to know
please
that.
do. Please do
after
that.
Today.
Yeah. Susan, thank you for the super sticker. Susan Mull.
Susan Mull, yes.
Susan Mull. Aaron Powers, I'd rather have a happy and healthy mock than a meet and greet. Take care of yourself, and we will all party in due time. I agree with that too. Yeah. Susan Mull, again, I had a total knee replacement 4/21, April 21st, and went to Seattle for 4 days on 8/21, then went on an Alaska cruise in 9/21. I got young better than anyone in the group.
I'm betting she meant I got around better.
Around better. Yeah. Well, see, so there you go. Judy,
I know. Like, listen, I know that if I get a knee replacement, I know it'll hopefully, crossing fingers, fix the problem. But
Totally.
I can't get that now that I got the freaking scope for 6 to 9 months. So.
Right. Judy Flackney, did I miss something? No more DDs? Thought I had seen everything since you came back. We haven't done a lot of DDs. So we'll just, if there's a DD, we'll do it. If there's not, we don't do it. Marcus Drake, regarding Trump getting shot, even if it was shrapnel, the fact remains that someone shot at and tried to kill him. The left seems to ignore that. Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah.
Teresa Raimundo, come on, don't knock a Subaru owner, and I don't carry a purse. I can't afford a purse in President Joe's economy. Take my money, you jerks. Sorry, Teresa. I'm sorry about that. Marin, I think it's Marin Brandenburg. Seed money for the cooking segment for your show. The only thing you're missing that the contrarian will have, bring on the baking. That would be hilarious if you and I did a cooking segment for our show. Oh my gosh.
Would be ridiculous.
Let the hilarity ensue. Raina Fox, my 23-year-old conservative daughter drives a Subaru and carries a reusable Trader Joe's bag as a purse, thinking she won't find that as funny as I do. God, I should watch myself during these shows more, right? Teresa Raimundo, why cancel student loans when you can staple the money to the clouds? That's right.
Exactly. It's super effective.
Right. Leah Shallak, when KJP says deciding the new leader of the Dem Party is a decision for people smarter than her, does she mean the guy who cleans the toilets? Yes.
I'm sure he's smarter than her.
Oh my, without question, he is smarter than her. Paula Johnson, am I missing something? Loan forgiveness was ruled unconstitutional. How can Biden continue to do this and it not be shot down? Because
it's a great question.
Yeah, because Constitution's schmonstitution for him. Celine, it's hilarious. It's only misinformation if it doesn't go along with their agenda. However, they are always truthful, and you're a conspiracy theorist if you question them. LOL. Very true, Celine. Evitar Ashkenazi, maybe he just has to pee in every interview.
Gavin,
the
swaying and the shimmying.
That's true. That's why he's moving so much. Maybe he does. A very good point. Andrew Howe.
Huff?
Gavin Huff. That's true. It could be Huff. Gavin is pushing donating through his when you click the donate button, it redirects to Act Blue website, which looks like his campaign website. Yep, we talked about that yesterday. They are awful. They're degenerates, these people. Celine, I wrote a letter to President Trump saying that the people in my Massachusetts town love you, and it's disgusting we have Pocahontas to represent. Thank you, Celine. Celine, my Chihuahua sleeps like the baby wolf. It's sweet. Oh, little Chihuahua. Brian Brumley, maybe there was a sale on Roadrunner meat at that supermarket. the coyote. I get it. I see what you did there, Brian. Jose Rodriguez, morning from Texas, chicks. Take my wad. PM Parlow, saw about a hotline, but am I supposed to check ID? I don't know. Kim York, morning chicks from Ohio. Wish DeSantis was my governor. He is the best. Love you, ladies. Thank you, Kim. He is the best. He is. And there we go. You guys, we made it through Tuesday. We are off to go talk to the great Rand Paul this morning. Hopefully that'll be up in the next couple of days. And you guys,
I'm not sure when it gets posted, but we will.
I have no idea. We'll let you guys know. And you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.